Let's drive the narcissist crazy. Are you ready? All right. Number one is let them know that you know. Let them know that you are on to them. Now we're going to tie all these points together in just a few minutes. But first we have to go through them, and then we're going to make sense out of all of them as a single unit. But number one is let them know that you know. Let the narcissist know that you are on to them. You know their ploys, you know their games, you know they've been manipulating you. And sometimes it could be just as simple as saying, hey, you're a controlling, self-centered narcissist. Now, I'm not giving you advice, but I'm just saying that's an idea that you might want to take into consideration. So once the narcissist knows that you know, something wonderful happens. Okay, there's a tone of sarcasm there on purpose, but once the narcissist knows, that's when the smear campaign begins. He or she's going to control you one way or the other. And if they can't control you directly, emotionally, through love bombing and friend bombing and trauma bonding, well, then they're going to control you by smearing you, by destroying your character. Well, they can't destroy your character, but they can destroy your reputation. And they're going to do it. That's wonderful, yeah, in a sense. Because that is a signal. I mean, as difficult as it is to go through. When the narcissist begins to attack you, smear you to your friends, family, relatives, associates, neighbors, whatever, then you know that he or she knows, and it's over. That trauma bond part of your relationship is over. If you have the good sense, at least this has been my experience, if I had the good sense to get away from the relationship. So yeah, there's a positive side, there's a silver lining, a big silver lining. Well, the silver lining is bigger than the cloud. It means you're free, but the cloud is still there. You know, every cloud has a silver lining, and every silver lining has a cloud. The cloud is, yeah, you're being smeared. But there's another positive side to that, is you get to find out who your real friends are. And believe me, you're going to find out. So let the narcissist know that you know, and a subtitle to that is let your friends and family and relatives know that you know. In fact, before you let the narcissist know that you know, you may want to let everyone else know that you know. Because the narcissist is going to attack you, to smear you, and you may as well, see it coming and try to head it off before it hits hard. And believe me, it's like a hurricane. It's going to hit. So protect yourself. Number one is let them know that you know. Number two is what you don't want to do, at least what I don't want to do, based on my experience, 70-some years of life experience, including dealing with narcissists, is not to react to their provocation. Because, the smear campaign or whatever they do, because they will try to provoke you. They'll try to get a rise out of you. They love to argue. They love to fight. Narcissists love to fight because it gives them a sense of control. I've mentioned this in other videos, but chances are you've been on the job somewhere, at work, at the workplace, and there's this guy there, maybe it's a woman, and they just love to fight. They love to argue. They love to be in control. And their way of socializing is fighting. Pity the person's poor, if they're married, pity their poor mate or whoever they're living with. Because they probably do the same thing at home. It's their persona. It's their personality. They love to control others by fighting with them. There has to be discord at the workplace all the time for this person to feel in control. And so they make sure there's discord all the time. I've seen this in churches. Okay, virtually every church I've ever been in, there's been somebody there who keeps things stirred up all the time. That's just their way of controlling the church. You may have seen it in school, not so much, but usually there's the bully, who has to be fighting all the time so he can communicate to everyone else that he or she is in control. So when they try to get a rise out of you, just keep in mind that this is another control manipulation, and if you fall for it, well then you think you're responding, but you're not. You're reacting. They pulled your string, like a puppet and you reacted like a puppet. What you do is you communicate to them by not communicating. I mean, silence sends a message. And that message is, no, I'm not going to react to your provocation. You can't control me through provocation. They will try to control you by provoking you. Number 3 is use honesty. We're going to tie all these together. Hang in there. In just a moment, we're going to tie all these together. But use honesty. Counter their lies every opportunity when you can. But the point is, use honesty, and honesty involves accountability. Make the other people accountable. Counter their lies. Now, if they smear you, smear campaign. Best thing you can do is live a life that contradicts their lies. Now, some people will believe their lies, some people will believe your life. So give them a choice. You can believe the lie or you can believe the life. You might want to write that down. Make them believe the lie or the life. You got to choose one or the other. But the way to get them to choose the life is to let them know that you are an honest person. And the way to be an honest person is to be an honest person. The way to get rid of the darkness, turn the light on. The way to be an honest person, don't lie. Don't be deceptive. How hard is that? Use honesty as a primary tool in defending yourself and defeating the narcissist. Because the narcissist, this, is all about lies. They're all about deception. It's all about pretense, pretending to be somebody they're not, pretending you're somebody that you're not, pretending they're in control until they get control. It's all about dishonesty, and the way to counter darkness is to turn on the light, and the way to counter dishonesty is with honesty. Tell the truth. Are you willing to take a lie detector test? All the time, kind of a mantra. I'm willing to take a polygraph test, a lie detector test. Not that they're all that accurate, but it's just kind of an attitude to have. Number 4 is use not only honesty, but also number 4, use indifference. Or at least present as indifferent. It's not that you don't care, because you should care, obviously. But you want to project indifference in the sense that you are no longer being affected by the narcissist tricks. In other words, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm not going to let them see me sweat. Basically, same thing. So you're letting the narcissist know and everybody else know that you are not this person's ward. You are not under their control. Let the narcissist know that. This is me talking to me. But do that by indifference. The attitude is, go ahead. Give it your best shot. I can care less. You are not relative any longer. It may take some time, but eventually I found in my experience that the narcissist will give up on you because they got better things to do with their time, like feed their ego. Number 5 is this, and again, we're going to tie all this together in just a moment, is reject their fake confidence. I've never known a narcissist that didn't present or project confidence. I mean, all of them. Doesn't matter what kind of narcissist they are, but it seems like the 2 things you can count on about a narcissist, besides the fact you can't count on them, 2 things you can count on with a narcissist is, number 1, they're basically liars. They're dishonest, and part of that is they have this fake confidence, where they present as confidence, which is a lie. If they were truly confident, they wouldn't be narcissists, in my opinion. That's just the way that I've experienced it. But if you understand that, the confidence that the narcissist projects is a cover. It's fake, stage makeup. They put on their costume, their confidence costume. But you've seen the emperor naked, you know better. It's a disgusting sight. And maybe everyone else is seeing the naked emperor's clothes, or at least pretending to, and No, you're not going to go along with that. You're going to say, hey, this emperor is one naked narcissist, and I'm not going to pretend anymore. Number 6 is sometimes you need to expose the narcissist through doxing. If for no other reason, just for yourself, to know what they've been up to. This comes in make sure you do it legally. I mean, ethically and legally. But in most states, you can go to the state's website. Same thing's true of the county. They're public records. And if you are entangled with a narcissist who has a sketchy background, and I've had those people in my life, they've left a paper trail, and you don't know what's there until you check. Could be nothing. Could be a speeding ticket. But I had one narcissist in my life who dozens and dozens and dozens of pages of run-ins with the law. Nearly all of it civil. Some of it was, bouncing checks and that type of thing. But most of it was civil, where the guy wouldn't pay his bills, he wouldn't pay his rent, whatever. So I got the documentation. Narcissists don't like that. That will absolutely, positively drive them crazy. Number 7, we're going to tie this all together in just a moment, but number 7 is just flat out ignore them. And again, I'm talking to me. When I'm talking, I have a mirror image of myself on my computer screen in front of me. So I'm kind of talking to myself while I'm talking to you. I talk to me like it's you sitting there. So I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you, but I really don't give advice. I just give my opinion. I share ideas based on my life experience. You get advice somewhere else from a professional. I'm just telling you what I've gone through and what I've experienced, what I've learned from me, and what I've learned is ignore them. Very similar to what we said earlier when we talked about using indifference. But this time, you're just totally ignoring them, staying out of their life. Take away their supply. Their supply, well, that's where they feed their ego by abusing you. Just ignore them. They can't abuse you anymore. Stay away from them. There's some people in my life, okay, there's one person, I can only think of one, that I will go to extremes to not be in the same place as this person. 8 billion, whatever people on the planet, there's one of those people that I don't care to be in the same place at the same time with that person. Kind of extreme? Well, maybe it seems to work. But talk about send a message, yeah, and it drives them crazy. They don't like that. They want you there so they can control you, so they can insult you. And normally avoidance is not always the best solution, but sometimes with some people, you got to go gray rock to the extreme. Sometimes you got to do that, all right? Now, let's tie all these things together. We talked about 7 things. And the way we tie this together is to understand that we need to be happy with ourselves. I need to be happy with myself without them. Can you be happy without the narcissist? Now, you thought in the beginning that you couldn't be happy without the narcissist, probably because of the love bombing, the friend bombing, and you thought, man, this is the best thing that happened in my life, and this is something really good, maybe not the best thing. Now you realize the opposite is true, and virtually, when it comes to narcissism, virtually truth is found in opposites. Truth is found in the mirror image. What they say is good is bad. What they say is bad is good. What they say is up is down. What they say down is up. Usually because it's all about lies. Smoke and mirrors. And just be happy with yourself without them. That's what I tell myself. That's a life learning experience that I've had based upon these 7 things we talked about. So, if you got something out of this video, this is your invitation right now to join our family by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you think it deserved it. And sure, comment on the comment section. Let us know what you think. Join the conversation. Start a conversation. That's why we have a comment section. And our channel is small enough now that I can actually read and respond to just about every comment. I mean, there's some comments And I haven't had one of these in a very long time that is so hateful that I don't respond to it, but that almost never happens. Good people watch this channel. And share it on social media. That helps. And we'll see you all next time.